Caitlin Clark got into a bit of a kerfuffle last night. The cheap shots on her by the Connecticut Sun.
Right. Got poked in the eye.
Poked in the eye. Then they hip checked her.
Right.
And then the question becomes: is this intentional, or are they just playing rough with her because she's the best player? I will go back to when the NBA was when I was growing up. Michael Jordan would just get beat to hell by the Detroit Pistons. I mean, the bad boys would beat the heck out of him. He still would score a ton of points, but they challenged him at every level. They weren't as good as him. So they understood the only way to maybe get him off his game was to beat the hell out of him.
Shout out Bill Laimbeer.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I know I keep seeing a lot of people talking about, why do they hate Caitlin Clark so much? Why are they taking cheap shots? Well, and she's not the first great player in any sport. Hockey players, one of the reasons that there's fighters in hockey is to take care of the star player.
Yeah.
And get rid of the stick work.
Right.
So if somebody's, this is why you got to have a goon on your team.
Goon. That's why the movie comes from, right?
Yeah. Well, and you do. You got to have, because your best offensive, especially offensive players, Wayne Gretzky. These guys are going to get pounded because they're not as skilled as and so you're going to knock them around.
Yeah.
And that's going to be your strategy. And I just remember when the NBA was the NBA, and that's how you treated great players. And I'm watching Caitlin Clark get the business, and people are saying, well, it's because they don't like her. And I don't know, is it? Or is that just their strategy? I mean, I was watching her against the New York Liberty on Sunday making 40-foot jump shots. I mean, at some point...
She's unreal.
I mean, you can't stop that.
No.
So I don't know. But I know if she's become a polarizing figure and people will use them as the debate toy. But this is what I wanted to debate when it comes to Caitlin Clark, because Nick Wright was on with Colin Cowherd yesterday.
Oh, yes, I saw this.
And made this claim. And I want to get into with our audience and with you folks and with you guys. Is this true?
You and I keep kind of upping the ante on where we think her star is going. And I've decided that it can't be upped high enough. So here's the question I have, as crazy as this sounds. Once Steph and LeBron retire, will there be an active American athlete that's not a quarterback that's more famous than her?
There's our question.
Yeah.
LeBron and Steph, when they retire, which is sooner than later, much sooner than much later, will there be a more famous American athlete that's not an NFL quarterback or even a college quarterback at this point? And I think the answer is no.
I agree. I don't think there is what you're saying, right?
I don't believe there will be. Who's more famous?
Right. Because right away when I heard that question, my mind went to a guy like Victor Wembanyama if the Spurs have success, but he's French.
He's French.
The American side of that, yeah. I mean, she is known. She is a household name already.
Wait. Let's start with the NBA
go ahead.
Or basketball. When LeBron and Steph retire,
and KD,
who will be the most popular, not best, most popular, meaning needle-moving player that's American-born in the NBA?
There's only one that I could say, but we haven't seen him dribble basketball yet in the NBA. Maybe Cooper Flagg. I mean,
the NBA would like it to be SGA, and you'd like to see
there's a Canadian though.
Win a championship.
Technically Canadian, so
he's Canadian.
Let's
go North American athlete.
North American, maybe, but if he stays in Oklahoma City, even if they win and they win a couple titles, sure, maybe. But Caitlin Clark is a household name. I think my mother would know the name Caitlin Clark, but she doesn't know who Shea Gilgeous-Alexander is, right? And that's the difference. And part of that's probably because she is a woman, but she did not watch a lot of basketball, nor she watched a lot of WNBA.
Well,
but
not only
she is known household.
It's not only because she's a female; it's because she plays that game different than anybody's ever played it. That's why the Tiger Woods comparisons are appropriate, because Tiger Woods came along in a country club, very white sport, as Cablinasian, but he also played the game completely differently. No one had ever played the game like Tiger Woods. No one had ever swung as hard. No one had ever hit the ball as far. Tiger played a different game.
Right.
And golf is an old, the WNBA is relatively new, but he played the game different. Jack Nicklaus is the greatest player of all time, but Jack even said, I didn't play that game. I don't know where he's hitting the ball. I never hit the ball that far. So he changed the game that way too, because he brought up obviously a non-country club folks and black folks and people from all walks of life who all of a sudden knew who Tiger Woods was. But we all tuned in because the way he played the game was just so dynamic, and that's Caitlin Clark. I mean, 100%. We know her, and yes, unfortunately, she's become like a political pawn.
Not
for
her
a lot
fault.
of people. No,
at all, but it's reality, right?
And unfortunately, people use that for their own side or whatever they want to do. But
world we're in, it's a topic for sure.
But like Tiger, when you turn the TV on, she plays a different game.
Yeah.
She does things.
I mean, she's hitting 40-footers, like you said.
Yeah,
with ease.
Oh, it's like a layup. And we saw it at Iowa, and we saw it now. We see it with the Indiana Fever. It's just a game that we're not used to seeing from anybody, much less a female. Now she plays the game like Steph Curry played the game at some level, but that's fascinating too. And what are you tuning in for? Not just to see if they're going to knock her around. You're tuning in to see her perform.
Yeah.
And much like Tiger, every time you turn it on, she does something. You're like, oh my gosh,
I think
that was incredible.
Tiger's a great comparison. I mean, it's just. You're watching the game to watch her, and we see it with viewership. The WNBA is getting a lot more viewership in general when Caitlin Clark is on the TV. When she was injured for a little bit, there was a big drop. When she's back, it's already a spike. Like that's just it's reality. So it's a credit to her game. Of course, politics and whatnot and movements are going to get in the way of that, and I don't think it's her fault. I think she hasn't done anything wrong in that space. Again, that's part of why she's become also a big name, I believe. But yeah, I think Tiger Woods, because of her game, let's just start off with her as a player. She's fantastic. She's doing things that we've never seen, like you said, with Steph Curry. I think that's a big part of it. But again, she's a household name. You could say to almost anybody they know who Caitlin Clark is. They don't know who SGA is.
Well, and part of that
plain
is
and simple.
Well, I mean, we said this about Tiger Woods and other athletes, very few, but others. Because they transcend sports, and because your grandma knows who Caitlin Clark is, my mom and dad and grandma knew who Tiger Woods was.
Right, exactly.
And only because they
trailblazer of a sport.
They become a cultural phenomenon
for sure.
And whether as much as I don't like it that they make her a political pawn,
right,
for their own causes, that does put her back in the headlines
good, bad,
for
ugly,
something not basketball. It says, guys, more famous household name. She's only famous because sports commentators bring her up. Last time I checked, WNBA ratings aren't earth-shattering compared to other sports.
But that's
untrue. But
that's untrue. The spike has been unbelievable.
Dramatic.
I mean, triple, quadruple because of her.
And it's only starting. It's just beginning.
This is what, year 2 for her?
Well, and I don't even. Her rookie year was last year, but I mean, she went straight from college to the pros. I mean, she was
legitimately 2 weeks, not even 2 weeks off.
This is her first year where she's had an off season to get better, and she's great. But again, yes, TV ratings are dramatically higher. She went out for 5 games with an injury, and the ratings dipped in half. And when she came back, the ratings went back up in double.
It's just reality.
And yes, so her games actually outrate some NBA games now. Her games. Every game's a sellout. Every game in the WNBA that she plays is on television.
A lot of these teams are playing in NBA arenas too.
And so
the Fever.
It is a phenomenon. Whether you're into it or not, or I'm into it or not, or you tune in because of it, a lot of people are. And she's not just famous because sports commentators bring her up. She's famous because she's famous. And we bring her up because she's famous. And people care, and people tune in.
She's famous because of there's other reasons, but we're going to keep saying it. Her game is transcending, like you said. I mean, it speaks volumes on the court. When you watch her play, I mean, she's not having any off nights. Well, I mean, she's just hitting buckets.
Yeah, it plays a different game. And Tiger did that
in
my lifetime.
Wayne
Gretzky did it.
Sure.
When Wayne Gretzky became at 19 won an MVP, if you remember. I mean, Wayne Gretzky was labeled the great one when he was like 13. Because he was such an incredible junior hockey player.
Nobody's going to touch his assist record.
No, ever. Well,
ever.
But he was famous, like LeBron. LeBron became famous in high school.
Yeah.
When he's on the cover of the Sports Illustrated, when Sports Illustrated was at its peak. And then he lived up to all billing, whether you like LeBron or not. For 20-plus years, he's been the face of the NBA. But that began in high school. That was Wayne Gretzky. Wayne Gretzky was he got the name the Great One before he ever played an NHL game. He was that good as a junior hockey player. Tiger Woods was a known commodity before he ever played in a pro tournament because he was this prodigy who up and down the West Coast within the realm of golf, Tiger was beating, when he was 12 or 13, he's beating high school players in tournaments, and he was known as the next huge thing. And, of course, he lived up to all billing. Caitlin Clark has been famous since she was playing high school basketball in Iowa, and certainly she was regionally famous. And then when she got to Iowa, I mean, she was selling out Big Ten basketball arenas on the road.
Yeah.
So, again, you can say in Texas you didn't know much about her, but in the Big Ten country, when she was playing at Iowa and playing that brand of basketball and exhilarating fans, she was filling up arenas at Illinois and Purdue, and the road fans were showing up to see her play.
Happened in Michigan. Know that
now
for a
we're
fact.
watching her over a short amount of time build that brand to a national level because, yes, now national pundits talk about her. But before it was regional. If you see it on the Big Ten Network, you would know about Caitlin Clark.
But she's in Big Ten country, too, still. It would being in
sure.
Indiana, so it's only kind of helping her grow even in her roots, right? Being from Iowa, playing at Iowa.
Yeah, with like LeBron going to the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Exactly.
Her going to the Indiana Fever is good for her brand, and it's good for the WNBA.
What would you say? I brought up Cooper Flagg. Again, we got to see him play. I think maybe that would be a name I throw out. I think it is Caitlin Clark. I'm with you. I'm with Nick Wright on this. Once LeBron and them are gone, that's not an American, American quarterback, which is true because all these quarterbacks.
I would say this for Cooper Flagg: had he come back and played his second year at Duke and won a national championship, maybe.
Yeah, but if he can help Dallas, I mean, that's a market where he can really.
He's going to be on the Mavericks, and I don't know how good of a team they're going to be, especially without Kyrie Irving.
He's got a few years still. The kid just turned 18, right?
Well, I mean he would be.
I'm just giving a name.
He could be.
How about this one? I was thinking
but he's
this.
not close to more famous than Caitlin Clark right
Agreed.
now. Not close.
I would say you need to see probably a couple more Super Bowls, and he needs to keep doing what he does, but maybe a Saquon Barkley. But that's kind of pushing it. I think Caitlin Clark's the one right now.
Yeah, 100%. Well, I would also put if you're taking non-quarterback American, Travis Kelce, as much as people don't like him because he's dating Taylor Swift.
Sure.
And he's got his own podcast that everybody listens to, and he's starting to make movies and does game shows
that's a fair
now.
point.
I would put Travis Kelce as more famous than Caitlin Clark right now by more people because he has the most famous girlfriend in the world, arguably.
But he'll be out of the league here soon.
Right, well, and he's going to retire soon, too.
Probably 3 more years.
He's under the category of when LeBron and Steph retire. Travis Kelce's in that. So, yes, and it's taken him 15 years to build that brand and become that famous. It's taken Caitlin Clark like a minute. She was playing LSU in the national championship game just 3 years ago, for crying out loud.
And we got to, let's call it out is he wasn't winning Super Bowls before Patrick Mahomes got there, right? That definitely has helped the stock rise up.
Jack Farrell, your thoughts on Caitlin Clark? When LeBron and Steph are gone, is there a more famous non-quarterback?
That's an American.
I think that's like 2 years away. We might have, maybe Travis Hunter is what we think he is. We might just not know him yet. Like that's what I think about these face of the league conversations in the NBA. It's like, well, he might be 16 right now. You know what I mean? Cooper Flagg, he just seems a little too boring.
Yeah.
Like there's no Anthony Edwards type of juice to that guy. I think
he's got a little dog in him, though.
Yeah, sure.
If he's a little more expressive,
but off the court, like you see the way Anthony Edwards is talking to President Obama, and you're like, oh, this kid is nuts.
Yeah.
So I think Anthony Edwards would be a pick. Travis Hunter might be up there. I think Simone Biles probably won't be in the Olympics in 2028.
No.
So
but she's not even now with all she's done. She's not more
had
famous
her time. I think that Caitlin's already surpassed that. That's not a bad one to bring up. But
internationally,
sure.
Simone Biles has also already done a lot. She's still not more famous than Caitlin Clark right now.
Yeah. She had a time where she was the most famous.
And I will say, as the oldest
retired,
as the oldest guy in the room.
Yeah.
Well, again, you say what you want. Serena Williams was never more famous than what you're seeing Caitlin Clark do right now.
Yeah.
She's the greatest tennis player of all time. She was a trailblazer within tennis, and at some level transcended sports, but not like this.
This is another.
This is
I think Tiger
Woodsian.
Woods is the best comparison.
I covered Tiger.
No, not enough.
Well, the Yankees got to win some World Series, and he's got to
still don't think it's enough. I mean, he's already in his 30s?
Because somebody said Shohei Ohtani. Well, that's Shohei Ohtani.
Shohei Ohtani
he's Japanese.
Is for sure. I mean, he really is.
Sure.
But
the criteria was American-born.
Right, the American-born
athlete.
is what. Yeah, because you could debate a few things, right?
That's not a quarterback. All right.